Why did you try to kill me?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 actors who won Oscars playing villains.
Desiring to leave the hospitality of big whiskey behind him.
For this list, we'll be looking at performers who took home the Academy Award for bringing cinema's most iconic villains to life. We're excluding Marlon Brando and Robert De Niro for their performances as Don Vito Corleone, as we don't really see them as villains. We see them as family men. What's your favorite Oscar-winning villain performance? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. J.K. Simmons, Whiplash.
Oopsie daisy. Forgot my jacket.
We've seen J.K. Simmons play nurturing mentors and hot-headed antagonists. When we first meet Terrence Fletcher, the audience isn't sure what they're going to get. Fletcher reveals his true colors upon throwing a chair at one of his students, giving us a small taste of the brutality on the horizon. If you heard the pitch Full Metal Jacket with a band instructor, you may expect something satirical. Simmons easily could have gone too over the top here, but it's the intense realism he brings to Fletcher that makes this Best Supporting Actor winning performance so terrifying. As manipulative and cruel as his methods are, Fletcher doesn't view himself as a villain. In his mind, if he pushes his students to meet his demanding standards, he's done his job.
I'm upset. Louder! I'm upset!
Number 9. Denzel Washington, Training Day. The experience of watching Training Day is like falling down a manhole into an urban wonderland. Ethan Hawke's Jake Hoyt is Alice, and Denzel Washington's Alonzo Harris is every mad character rolled into one sadist.
You won't let me read it. So you entertain me with your bullshit. Tell me a story right now. Go.
Alonzo uses his position as an LA detective to terrorize others for giggles, get away with murder, and make a sizable profit along the way. As far as Alonzo is concerned, it's his world and we're all either living or dying in it.
You gotta decide whether you're a wolf or a sheep.
Washington is so commanding in the role that the audience is led to believe that he may very well be invincible. Alonzo's King Kong-sized ego might be his downfall, but Washington emerged victorious at the Oscars as the second African-American Best Actor winner.
What you gonna do? You gonna shoot me? You gonna bust your cherry killing a cop?
Number 8. Javier Bardem, No Country for Old Men. It doesn't take more than one look into Anton Chigurh's eyes to know that he's evil incarnate. Unlike some other villains, you don't get the impression that Chigurh enjoys partaking in such atrocities.
And it's either heads or tails. And you have to say, call it.
He has zero remorse, but he's not in it for any kind of sick pleasure or even money. Chigurh views himself as an instrument of fate. Whether you owe a debt, wind up in the wrong place at the wrong time, or simply lose a coin flip, Chigurh is an unstoppable force who won't budge from his twisted morals.
I know something better.
What's that?
I know what it's going to be.
With his Best Supporting Actor winning performance, Javier Bardem went beyond molding Chigurh into a monster. He turned him into one of cinema's most complex souls. That is to say, if Chigurh had one.
Take it. Take it in. You didn't see me.
Number 7. Christoph Waltz, Inglourious Bastards. For most Western viewers, Inglourious Bastards marked their introduction to Christoph Waltz. Our unfamiliarity with Waltz added another layer of horror to Hans Landa. From his first scene, we knew this SS officer was the worst that humanity had to offer.
Point out to me the areas where they're hiding.
We also knew that Waltz was totally going to win an Oscar for his captivating performance. Yet, we could never figure out what Landa would do next. A conversation over milk could result in the death of a family. An intense lunch could end with Landa turning a blind eye.
Mademoiselle, permettez-moi de vous interrompre. Ceci est une simple formalité. Aucune raison de vous inquiéter.
Constantly keeping us guessing, all we know about Landa is that he's one step ahead of everyone else. However, even a meticulous master of strategy like Landa can't predict a bastard's impulsive actions.
What shall the history books read?
Number 6. Kathy Bates, Misery. In this Stephen King classic, reclusive reader Annie Wilkes holds her idol hostage and forces him to rewrite a story's ending. Back in 1990, this setup might have sounded far-fetched. Today, we wouldn't put it past some diehard fans.
And you better hope nothing happens to me. Because if I die, you die.
Kathy Bates was ahead of the curve with her Best Actress-winning performance. Bates is several different kinds of scary as Annie. Even when she's introduced as a kindly woman who saves Paul Sheldon from a car accident, we can sense something menacing underneath. When Annie loses her temper, we see just how warped her cockadoodie mind is.
There! Look there! See what you made me do?
Annie is in her own little world, and if something isn't exactly as she envisions it, she'll take a sledgehammer and rearrange things to her liking.
Shh, darling. Trust me.
God's sake.
It's for the best.
Number 5. Charlize Theron, Monster. When portraying a real-life monster like Eileen Wuornos, there are so many variables that could go wrong.
You know, I'm just trying to make, some cash somehow, you know?
Charlize Theron and director Patty Jenkins risked depicting Wuornos as too sympathetic, but they also could have made her out to be too one-dimensional. They get to the root of who Wuornos was, though, and what drove her to become a serial killer. Even with the knowledge of Wuornos' tragic past, her actions are never justified. Monster simply presents Wuornos' life for what it was, a sad existence full of pain, desperation, and senseless violence.
But it's also strange how things can be so different than you think.
In her Best Actress-winning performance, the unrecognizable Theron is heartbreaking while still leaving the audience with little empathy for Wuornos. The film inspires mixed emotions, but the praise for Theron is universal.
Because I love you, and I never wanted to lose you, that's all.
Number 4. Daniel Day-Lewis, There Will Be Blood.
I'm better at digging holes in the ground than making speeches, so let's forget the speech for this evening. Just make it a simple blessing.
Even after spending more than 2.5 hours with Daniel Plainview, he remains something of an enigma. The ending, in particular, will leave you asking whether Plainview is a profoundly evil mastermind who sees the world for what it truly is, an unhinged madman spouting utter nonsense, or something in between.
I drink your milkshake. I drink it up!
There are 3 things we know for sure, however. First, Plainview is the embodiment of greed, exploring how it destroys our minds and corrupts our souls. Second, Plainview possesses all of the traits we look for in a great villain. Cunning and ruthless, yet so charismatic that we might be persuaded to do business with the devil himself. Third, Daniel Day-Lewis ranks among the most deserved Best Actor winners of all time.
One night, I'm going to come to you inside of your house, wherever you're sleeping, and I'm going to cut your throat.
Number 3. Louise Fletcher, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Some villains we love to hate, others we hate to love. We straight up hate Nurse Mildred Ratched with every fiber of our being, which is precisely why we love Louise Fletcher's Best Actress-winning performance.
How are you, Nurse Ratched? I'm happy to be back.
We're happy to have you back, Randall.
Unlike some other villains, Nurse Ratched doesn't have much power outside of the mental institution she oversees. Within these bleak walls, though, Ratched is the judge, jury, and executioner. She breaks every spirit with a passive-aggressive demeanor, turning her patients into submissive shells.
The business of this meeting, Mr. Cheswick, is therapy.
Ratched understands that the most effective weapon is fear itself, even making a towering patient like Chief feel powerless against her and the unjust system. Then, when her usual tyrannical methods don't work, she'll resort to extreme measures that'll remove the rebel within.
No!
Number 2. Anthony Hopkins, The Silence of the Lambs.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Although Anthony Hopkins won Best Actor for his iconic performance as Dr. Hannibal Lecter, he's only on screen for 24 minutes. That's just over 20% of the runtime. And yet, Lecter looms over the entire film like a shadow, making the audience feel his presence even when he's not present. When Lecter first meets Clarice Starling, he's just standing in the middle of his cell, as if he's expecting company.
Good morning.
This sets a tone for Hopkins' performance. He's always thinking ahead and can read someone before they even enter the room. Lecter can be locked up in a maximum security prison, and we still wouldn't feel safe. Then, when Lecter inevitably breaks free, nobody is prepared for the mayhem about to be unleashed. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Kevin Kline, A Fish Called Wanda. Hands down, one of the funniest Oscar-winning performances of all time.
Hey! If you want to settle something with me, then why don't you fight me? You're a man, aren't you, Archie? And let's fight like men!
Faye Dunaway, Network. Her Best Actress-winning performance exposes the devil working behind the scenes.
Well, what exactly is it you want me to do?
Michael Douglas, Wall Street. Greed is good. This Best Actor-winning performance is better.
You mark my words. Will not only save Teldar paper, but that other malfunctioning corporation called the USA.
Monique, Precious. A stone-cold Best Supporting Actress-winning performance.
Precious, you got something you want to say? No. Then don't be slamming shit down in here, you understand?
Joe Pesci, Goodfellas. A Best Supporting Actor-winning performance that's both unnerving and funny.
Well, I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Heath Ledger, The Dark Knight. Between Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix, two actors have won Oscars for portraying the Joker. While both bring out the anarchy that the clown prince of crime represents, comparing the two is apples and oranges. Since this list is about Oscar-winning villain roles, though, we have to give an edge to Ledger.
Well, you look nervous. Is it the scars? You want to know how I got them?
Where Arthur Fleck can be seen as a victim of society, we don't know what drove Ledger's Joker to become a merchant of chaos. It could have been a cruel father, a tragic romance, or merely the desire to watch the world burn.
Never start with the head. The victim gets all fuzzy.
Few things are more terrifying than what we can't understand, and therefore can't reason with. Ledger took a villain we thought we knew and transcended him into another frontier of evil.
He sticks the blade in my mouth. Let's put a smile on that face.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.